Y'all won't believe what just happened to Jay-Z's legal empire. I'm talking about a scandal so massive, so unexpected, it's left everyone absolutely shook. Get this. His powerhouse attorney Spiro is being accused of some seriously shady business that could completely change how we look at courtroom dealings. We're talking alleged judge bribing and witness tampering, all to keep Jay-Z's pristine image squeaky clean. And honey, this tea is scalding hot because it's dragging Jay-Z deeper into the mess alongside his buddy Diddy. Can you even?
According to Tony Busby, some of the clients that he's been representing have been contacted by investigators offering them money to basically sue the Busby law firm.
It sure started to feel like Jay-Z and his lawyers thought they had this case in the bag. Tony Busby is now fighting back, defending his Jane Doe, and things just got way messier.
Tony Busby is accusing Jay-Z and his team of attempting to bribe his client.
When we think of Jay-Z, we picture this untouchable king of Roc Nation, right? But darling, let me tell you, his courtroom drama is giving less 99 problems and more like 99 disasters. The legal troubles he's caught up in now? They're piling up faster than designer shoes at a sample sale. And if you thought this couldn't get any juicier, hold on to your seats because this gets wild. Both Jay-Z and his infamous friend Diddy have been hit with accusations about a 13-year-old girl at a 2000 VMAs after party, something they've both denied, but still, the drama is real. Let me spill all the details about Tony Busby, who's back and fighting like a mama bear protecting her cubs for his Jane Doe client. And child, Jay-Z's team, they're pulling out all the stops. I mean everything. Threats, bending federal rules, media manipulation, you name it, they're doing it. Jay-Z's legal squad, led by the ever-confident Spiro, tried to shut this whole thing down faster than a closing sale, claiming it's all smoke and mirrors. But Busby, he is not having any of this gaslighting, honey. Now let's dive into the desperation. Jay-Z's team filed for sanctions, trying to get the case thrown out because of some supposed inconsistencies in Jane Doe's story. And get this, they had the audacity to try and rush the process, attempting to slash the 21-day safe harbor period down to just 1 day. But Busby clapped back harder than a thunderstorm, calling out their entitled behavior and bad faith moves. And honestly, the tea he spilled was scalding. But wait, it gets even more heartbreaking. Busby brought up something that just makes my soul ache. His client was recalling events from over 2 decades ago when she was just a precious 13-year-old child. And here's what makes this even more emotional. She's autistic. Like, how dare they expect perfect recall from someone in that position? It's not just unrealistic, it's downright cruel. The courts have already established that trauma survivors often struggle with exact dates and details. This isn't some groundbreaking revelation, people. And Chile, let me serve you the juiciest part of this whole situation. Busby dropped hints that Jay-Z's team isn't just fighting for themselves. They're trying to protect Diddy too. I know they keep saying they're not really friends. But honey, actions speak louder than words, and this tea is piping hot. This whole situation with Jay-Z is turning into a full-blown drama series, and his star lawyer Spiro, baby, he's found himself in the hottest seat in town. He's been out here spinning this case like a DJ at a nightclub, downplaying Jane Doe's claims, trying to convince us that Jay-Z and Diddy aren't besties when there's literal decades of evidence showing their bromance. Like, make it make sense, sweetie. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's legal moves are messier than a toddler with finger paint, deleting posts, re-uploading statements, throwing threats around like confetti at a New Year's party. Busby called them out for trying to blur the facts and rush decisions, and honey, he's not wrong. Their tactics are giving aggressive with a capital A. It's starting to look like Roc Nation is grasping at straws harder than someone trying to get the last sip of a milkshake. Now, let me tell you about Tony Busby. He's the kind of lawyer you call when things get messy, and trust me, what he's alleging is beyond messy. We're talking bribery, illegal solicitations, and straight-up intimidation. And apparently, it's all tied to obstruction of justice in a whole separate case involving Diddy. We're talking burner phones, fake badges, and $110,000 in bribes. Like, is this a legal case or an episode of Law and Order? And honey, the mess doesn't stop there. Busby's lawsuit is exposing how Roc Nation's team allegedly tried to manipulate his former clients into filing lawsuits against him. And the most shocking part? There's supposedly a tape. Can you believe the drama? Let me break this down for you because it gets even messier. Tony Busby has filed this lawsuit against Roc Nation, their legal team, and their associates because apparently they've been playing detective with fake badges and throwing money around like it's Monopoly cash. According to the suit, these agents pretended to be state officials and were offering up to $10,000 dollars to get Busby's former clients to turn on him. And sweetie, this wasn't just a one-time thing. They allegedly tried this over 24 times. The tea gets even hotter because Busby claims Roc Nation is bankrolling this whole operation to obstruct justice. If this is true, Jay-Z better grab a seat because this tea is about to spill. And here's where it gets absolutely wild. Busby says he's got receipts. We're talking recordings of these so-called investigators flashing fake badges and pressuring people to flip on him. Let me tell you about Gerardo Garcia, one of the former clients who spilled all the tea. 2 agents showed up at his house acting like they were working for the state of Texas. They tried to get him to dig up old legal documents and accused Busby of mishandling his 2020 settlement. When Garcia wasn't taking the bait, they allegedly pulled out their checkbook. But honey, Garcia wasn't having any of it. Instead, he went straight to Busby's firm with the tea. And here's the gagget. One of the agents, Jessica Santiago, let it slip that she was working for Marcy Croft, an attorney connected to Roc Nation. Child, if this isn't a legal nightmare, I don't know what is. Speaking of Marcy Croft, let's spill some tea about her. She's a key player in Roc Nation's team, and according to Busby, she's been orchestrating this whole operation alongside Quinn Emanuel, this high-powered law firm representing Jay-Z in multiple cases. If these allegations turn out to be true, both firms could be in serious trouble. And can we talk about the irony for a hot minute? Roc Nation has built this whole reputation around standing up for justice, but these allegations? They're painting a picture that's giving more crime drama than philanthropy. We're talking fake badges, hush money. It's like a movie script gone wrong.
Carter Camp never releases statements. They do not talk about what people talk about there. Even when Solange put hands on that man, they were, "Mom, all we got was a bar in a song." But they peaked quickly here.
Now, Busby isn't just sitting back and taking this. He doubled down harder than a poker player with a royal flush. He posted this fierce throwback photo from his Marine days with a caption that had me living. "I'm still that guy. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence."
According to Tony Busby, some of the clients that he's been representing have been contacted by investigators offering them money to basically sue the Busby law firm. Busby feels very confident that this is on behalf of Jay-Z and Diddy.
Period. But wait. There's more. Multiple influencers have come forward saying they were approached by investigators from New York. The plot is thickening faster than custard on a hot stove.
Investigators from New York asking questions about why they're making content on Diddy and offering them money to make different content. Secret Service Samson, who I will tag below, is one of those people. But what's really interesting is that the investigators reaching out to these victims are also from New York. And you can't help but wonder, are those two things connected?
If these claims connect back to Jay-Z's legal team, we're not just talking scandal. We're talking scandal with all caps, bold, and 3 exclamation points. And let's be real, if this is true, it's not just messy, it's crossing all kinds of legal and ethical lines. Paying someone to file a lawsuit? That's shadier than a palm tree in Miami. Meanwhile, Jay's lawyer has been on a rampage that would make a bull in a china shop look calm, filing motion after motion, trying to force Jane Doe to go public. Like, sir, relax. But honey, that approach got shut down faster than a club at closing time by New York Judge Annalisa Torres. When I say she handed him a bench slap, I mean she read him for filth. Romani laid it out clearer than a freshly cleaned window. When a judge publicly chastises a lawyer like that, it's not just embarrassing. It sends a message that these aggressive litigation tactics won't fly just because you're representing someone rich and famous. Spiro better switch up his approach faster than a quick change at a fashion show. Lauren Johnson Norris, another legal heavyweight, basically said what we were all thinking. Spiro's messy moves are more about keeping Jay-Z happy than actually helping the case. It's giving desperate damage control, not legal mastermind. Filing inflammatory motions and making demands like a bull in a china shop? That's a recipe for disaster, honey. But here's what's really at stake. It's about power, optics, and a justice system that's already side-eyeing celebrity cases. Spiro's attempts to out Jane Doe? People are calling it what it is, straight-up intimidation. And it's not just about her. It's sending a message to anyone else who might be thinking about speaking up. It's giving big, don't even try it energy, and honestly, it's a terrible look for Team Jay-Z. When Judge Torres speaks, even billionaires need to listen, period. She shut down Spiro's attempts to fast-track dismissals and strike motions faster than you can say, order in the court. She made it crystal clear that the legal process won't be rushed just because Jay-Z's team is demanding it. And honey, she even warned that more violations could result in sanctions. Now, while Jay's empire seems to be crumbling like a stale cookie, Diddy isn't exactly sitting pretty either. Let me tell you about these infamous Wild King nights if you haven't heard about this. Buckle up because it's a whole mess. We're talking red lights, ice buckets, honey packs, and things I can't even mention. A former assistant who worked for Diddy from 2019 to 2021 spilled all the tea about cleaning up after these wild parties. And trust me, it's not pretty. But here's a tiny ray of hope for Jay-Z. He just scored a small win. He literally just got approval to file a motion to dismiss this explosive lawsuit. Judge Analisa Torres gave his legal dream team the green light to move forward. They've got until February 6, 2025 to make their case for why this should all go away. Jane Doe's team gets to clap back by the end of February, and then Spiro gets one last word by mid-March. But honey, let's talk about what this means for Jay-Z's supposedly untouchable empire. If these allegations stick, they could tarnish his reputation faster than nail polish without a top coat. His whole image as this business mogul and philanthropist, it's already under the microscope, and this case might just be what tips the scales. As for Tony Busby, chilly, he is standing his ground like a tree in a hurricane. He made it crystal clear in his recent press release. He's bringing all the truth to light. The public, they're split like a banana split. Some thinking this is finally Jay-Z's comeuppance, others believing it's just another speed bump he'll cruise right over. Drop those thoughts in the comments, sweeties, because this story has more layers than a wedding cake. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell because you do not want to miss what happens next. And trust me, there's even more piping hot tea coming in our next video. The drama, the scandal, the shade, it's all serving us the juiciest entertainment feast of 2025, and we are here for it. Stay tuned because this story is far from over, and the tea just keeps getting hotter. It just keeps getting hotter.